everybody, welcome to this video where we're going to talk about why you need an intention to drink ayahuasca. Some time ago in a ceremony, a medicine elder told me that there are three questions in life that if we have them clear, we don't have any problems. The first question is, what am I doing? Why am I doing what I'm doing? And for whom am I doing what I'm doing? If we have those three questions clear generally in life, everything we might do is rather obvious. There's no confusion. When we go to a ceremony, it's very important to also have these questions, to have a clear intention, because there might be a very challenging moment that comes in the ceremony where you're at your limit, or maybe you're past your limit and you're really struggling. And remembering, what are you doing? Why is this important? For whom am I doing this? That will give you the strength to endure this very difficult moment in the middle of the ceremony. Another thing that an intention could serve you with is guiding your prayer in the middle of a ceremony. Oftentimes, especially us Westerners, when we hear prayer, we think about the church and we think about the, like all the negative connotation that it brings. And on this path, working with the indigenous people, I've learned a new way to pray. Like praying over the water, giving thanks for Mother Earth, giving thanks for all the things that we have. In a difficult, challenging moment in the ceremony, giving thanks, saying thank you as you're in the middle of a storm. If you have a prayer practice, you can definitely do that. Communicating to the Great Spirit, Pachamama, God, Allah, however you call the higher power, the creative force. Or another reason why having an intention is important is that it will help you generate this energetic momentum leading up to the ceremony. Something I like telling people is the ceremony doesn't begin when you drink the Ayahuasca or San Pedro or Peyote or whatever sacred sacrament that you take in the moment of taking it. The ceremony begins the moment you commit, the moment you sign up for a retreat, the moment you sign up for a ceremony, and then you are in ceremony. And all this time between the moment you commit and the time you actually take the medicine, you're in the ceremonial space. This is a great opportunity to do a lot of energy work. It's much better to connect 5 minutes a day to your intention, like 1 week before a ceremony or a retreat, the longer the better, of course, than to not do anything and just sit one day and spend like 2 hours or 3 hours thinking about what you want to do. It's this energetic momentum, bringing up these thoughts, bringing up these feelings, bringing up these situations that you want to deal with, that will really support you in the ceremony when you go and when you take the medicine, and all these things, they're at the forefront of your conscious awareness. Something that the intention can also help you with is to direct a little bit, as much as we can, of course, because we can never fully direct a sacred medicine experience. We can have an intention to go in a certain direction, but then obviously we should always remain open that there might be something deeper, more meaningful, more timely for us to hear, to feel, that the medicine gives us. Another reason why the intention is very important is because it acts as this anchor, as this energy that helps you direct the experience. We are so open in a sacred medicine ceremony, and there's just so much information that comes through. So if we don't have a clear direction we want to go, we might go wherever the ceremony takes us, the energy of the ceremony, the medicine wants to take us, and still it will most likely be good information, things we need to hear. But if there's a particular thing that you want to deal with, you should remind yourself. You should remind yourself several times. For example, medicine, how can I cultivate more joy in my life? Medicine, which way do I go? What should I do in this situation? What should I do in this situation? How should I, whatever your question is. But then when you repeat that to yourself and you repeat and you come back to it and you come back to it and you come back to it, you get the answers for the thing that you want answers for. Having covered why is it important to have an intention and how it can serve you, let's talk about, well, how do I choose my intention if I'm not very clear? At times we might be extremely clear and know exactly what we want to deal with, but at times we might just feel this feeling of there's something missing, something's not quite right. I can't just get a hold of myself. I don't know which way to go. And we might not be sure exactly which area of our life to look into. So in such a moment, there are some questions that we can ask ourselves that will help us determine what our intention is. So one question is, what would I like to have more of in my life? Another question is, what am I currently doing that I know I should not do? Am I willing to stop doing that? Oftentimes, we think that it's about, oh, I need to start meditating, and I need to start doing this, and I need to start doing like these 5 other spiritual practices. When the truth is that by removing the energy leaks, the things that bring our vibration down, maybe we don't get enough sleep, maybe we have unhealthy coping mechanism with whatever, food, work, substances. Maybe we don't exercise enough, maybe we don't meditate. Or maybe we go to places that bring our vibration down. So oftentimes it's about stopping doing what we're doing that brings us down, and then it just allows us to go up, improve, raise our vibration. Another way to look at this is to do a life audit. There's a methodology, I think it's called life audit actually, the different life categories like a pie chart, and then you go and rate different parts of your life like physical health, community, career, relationship, growth, spirituality. You can choose a selection that's very easy to find on the internet. You don't need a particular special resource for that, and then give it a score from 1 to 10, with 1 being completely horrible and unsatisfying, and then 10 being perfect. Then once you've made that life audit, check which are the lowest categories. Perhaps you put, like your career is very successful, and then you put professional development, finance is like a 9 or a 10 or an 8, which is a great score. But then family and community might be 4 or 3. So ask yourself, what did I give myself that score, a 3 or a 4? How is this area of my life currently doing? Then once you ask yourself, what would that 10 out of 10 look like? You can ask yourself, what is one simple step, what is one simple thing that I can do to move towards that 10 out of 10? Maybe you are at 1 and you want to move at 1 to 1.1, not even to 2. Or maybe you're at 2, you want to move to 2.1. But just like, what's a very small step that I could do? And oftentimes we really do know the answers to all these questions. Something that a lot of these elders say is that we're helping you remember. We're helping you remember how it is to live from your heart, how it is to follow your intuition. All the answers that you need, you already know, but there's like certain blockage that doesn't allow you to connect to them. And connecting with the medicines and ceremony allows us to get back to our center and then have that clarity and be able to see things in a clear light and in the best way for us. That's why it's important to have an intention going into an ayahuasca ceremony. And in the next video, we're going to talk about how to best prepare leading up to a ceremony or retreat. Thank you for watching this video. We'd love to hear from you, your comments. If you have any questions, please let us know in the section below. And if you've enjoyed this video, it would be great if you like and subscribe.